Today in Club Olin 55, we are accompanied by French DJ and producer Sasson. From the heart of stages in Europe to the heart of Mexico now, his sound has become a part of an international movement that celebrates house music for its language of connection. Welcome, Sasson.
Hi, how are you?
Very sweaty from
Nice
the hands,
to meet
as
you.
you now know.
I mean, now we've been playing for one live hour here. That was amazing. I love that place. It's a super nice project. So I'm very happy to be here with you.
We're glad you like it.
Fantastic.
So why don't we start at the beginning? Can you tell us a little about the first time you felt like you deeply connected with music?
I started when I was 12, actually.
Okay.
I always felt that this was something that I was interested. I was playing the guitar for 7 years. I did some keyboards as well. Then I started some initiation with production classes, but I was already starting to DJ at the same time. I was very young, but I've always been curious about DJing because obviously in France we have massive DJ culture, like the French touch from back in the day. So we had this, I mean, for my age, I'm 31, and I mean, around 11, 12, this was like all the beginning of the DJ era in Europe. So how could you not be interested, or at least no one could have not seen it. So yeah, I got into that. I started playing, then I tried myself with some underage parties. There was like a lot going on in France, like parties under 18. It was very funny. They were doing like some DJ competition and stuff a lot of time, publishing podcasts. So yeah, I tried pretty much everything until I got my first opportunity to play. And then things started progressively. And I did this for 5 years in the same time of my studies. Then I went quite professional. I was touring already in France, pretty much everywhere, until I really started my studies. And then I took a little break of 4 or 5 years, just the time to understand what was happening. The music was changing a lot at this time. So we came from a hybrid of progressive, EDM, deep house, to a new blend of genre. So that's pretty much what I did, just like reconnected, trying to re-understand what was the music, where it was going, what was my choice to restart, in which direction. So yeah, that's what I did, and I restarted the project when I was actually 24, just after when I graduated from my master's, and here we are.
So at that young age of 12, you were still not seeing it as a full blown out career, or were you? Did you have that dream in mind?
No, I had the dream in mind since the beginning. I mean, the moment that I had the opportunity to really start, I was 15 actually, I knew that technically that should be my life. However, I stopped for a little time in between. In reality, I knew something was missing out, and that's why I literally just came back. But I restarted pretty slowly, like to rebuild my career not from scratch, because you have the knowledge. It's like bicycle, basically. You never, I mean, if you know how to do it, you're never gonna forget it. But it took some time and came back.
And throughout this career, what would you say has been like the peak and the pit?
The reality is our business is a constant roller coaster. So there's peak and pit non-stop. Every year, every 6 months, there are like cycles of music release, tour, content, virality, fail, sucks. I mean, you never know. But there's always like all-time high and super downtime. Like that's the reality of our business nowadays. So, I mean, it cannot be up all time.
You learn how to ride the wave.
Yeah, but I would say that every year something happened. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, it also keeps you interested, I imagine.
Exactly, and it keeps you working, because this is the most important part. It keeps you working on your music, on your production, on your image, on the whole sounding, the project, the artistic direction. Everything is like a constant restart, you know?
Yeah. As someone that produces and plays live, is there something you prefer?
I would say some people begins with DJing, some people begins with production. You barely start both at the same time because it always takes time. I mean, someone that is a genius in production is barely gonna be straight going as a DJ. Someone that is obsessed with DJing is not gonna be straight as going straight as a producer. So it takes a bit, but technically, of course, you need to be complete. So you need to do both, or at least get some people to work with you and learn and stuff, because nothing comes genuinely. I mean, we're still speaking about music. Playing at this level of tour is same complication as a full production skill. So that's the reality. Everybody can learn how to play. Not everyone can produce 100%. That's why there's like obviously many people working in this field. So you have sound engineer, you have producers, you have musicians, you have, I mean, you can be 5, 6, 7 people to produce one song, or you can be just one person in front of your laptop. So depends. All the things are open, I would say.
But out of everything, is there something you enjoy the most personally?
I think I enjoy the most. I mean, playing all over the world, this is really the thing that motivates me every day. But this is the blend of all the things we just said previously. I mean, there wouldn't be like that much tour and that much stuff if the rest hasn't been done. I would say we started recording podcasts, then we did some live stuff, and then we did some music and this and that. Everybody has his path and his career growth through something particular, I would say. And at one moment, something changed everything.
What was that moment for you?
I mean, there's been several moments. We will take like 2 days if we had to speak about it, but I would say that every year something happened. One year was a song that came out and went super big. One year some videos went crazy viral. Some years just a few shows really changed the game because, I mean, it was the right place at the right time and the right sound and the right people. I would say these are like key moments. And yeah, till every year or every 6 months a key moment happens or occurs, like very good to go. Exactly. And then there's some like when you step into another level, there's like career plans as well. I mean, my side, we developed my party brand Bazaar that we've been doing pretty much all around the world. Now, I mean, obviously we started on a small boat in Paris doing a boat party of like 100 people cruising around the city. Then we started Saint-Tropez. Then it happened that we ended up in Ibiza and this and that. So this was a construction of like 4 years of like constant like stepping up, failing, exploding. So in the end, it goes the same way.
And what would you say for your event Bazaar specifically has been the element that has made it an international success?
Yeah, like Bazaar obviously is one of the major key of all that happened because it was maybe 2.5, 3 years after it really started, and we already had a few like massive key moments that placed me there. Otherwise, I wouldn't even have the opportunity to start my brand because obviously it's not that you one day you wake up and you say, okay, I'm gonna do a brand, I'm gonna start some residency, I'm gonna book some DJs. Obviously, some people were interested in doing a residency, and then we had to create and build a brand around it. But if we see it right now in 4 years, like how we started and how it looks right now, it's pretty unreal. And still there's so much space to grow and so much stuff that we still haven't done yet. And sometimes I'm like, oh, this we didn't do it. With the team, we're brainstorming all the time. We're like, okay, I forgotten this, and this was not nice, and this. So this is a permanent restart, rebranding of like, no, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, it sounds like it's been a beautiful trajectory so far.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of work.
In the scene. And I'm also wondering, as someone that's an international DJ, how would you say that the European scene compares to the Latin scene, Latin American in general?
Because you need to say Latin and American, because that's the reality is that US market is completely different.
Then
American
I'm
market
more focused in Latin America.
Exactly, but it's very interesting to see that as well. Some are having the US influence and some are having the European influence. And that's why I was making a bridge about it, because I mean I was on tour the last 2 weeks in the US. Now we're starting a tour in Europe and Middle East. So, and I was just here for Formula 1. So I see the difference, and you can see that the education of the people, and you can see what people are listening on the radio, what's trending. You have some similarities with both sides, so you need to play both sides. And this is very interesting. And of course you have the Latin, Spanish-speaking side, which is blowing up since a year and a half, and the contribution is huge, and it's beautiful because in the end, from Ibiza to here to Colombia to anywhere else, like it's pushing.
Yeah.
And you can barely see anyone not playing one song
in Spanish.
Sin palabras españolas.
I love that. That's very exciting
Yeah.
for us, I think. Is there anything that has shocked you from Mexico, from the culture to the music scene?
Honestly, I have a special thing with Mexico in general because one of the few massive things that changed everything in like 2, 3, 4 years ago were in Tulum. So we spent a lot of time there, which was, I mean, one of the most important element of the music scene nowadays, and still, however, some people are saying it was better 10 years ago. At the end of the day, it's still here, and it's still one of the biggest two months for the industry in general since what, 7 years. So no one has nothing to say, and obviously all this has brought so much vibe to the country, so much tour for artists, so many cities open, so much. I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have beautiful moments. Nothing has ever shocked me, to be honest. Like, just the progression is huge, and look where we are now. How many artists play this weekend in Formula One? How many artists are going to play again in Tulum this year? How many artists are going to build South American tour thanks to that, to just only touring in Mexico?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Very much on the scene now.
a lot.
Is there anything that's coming up for you that is specifically exciting?
I would say, I mean, we can say yes, we can say no. There's always something exciting coming. I would say no. Of course, we have a lot of music coming this year, and there's some surprise. I mean, I would say same about Bazaar. I mean, now we're focusing on the release on the next 6-7 months, and we're gonna be in the studio full on in November. However, I'm touring a lot, so we had a last song that came out 2 days ago. Now we have, let's say, release stuff about every 6 weeks till summer comes, and as well like to take some decisions of what's going to be put out for summer, because obviously for artists this is something super important. About Bazaar, yes, some new places are coming. Most probably everything will stay for the big stuff that people seen last year, and they were like a few of the most challenging stuff we did. So yeah, I don't have much clarity because it's on preparation, but yeah, you can expect a few things.
Okay, we're
in the artistic direction
excited.
as well. Yeah, and the music.
And is there any tips and tricks that you might have for anyone that is wanting to learn how to produce or how to play, that have the dream, and especially wanting to be international and maybe don't know where to start?
I mean, I would say if you read any interview or any other artist, everybody will tell you that, hey, chase your dream, pursue your passion. Yes, but beware as well that this cannot be straight a job. And if you really want to become an artist, properly saying, better take some time, think about your project, build your things like a company, be yourself, because this is the most important. People are gonna like you because you are yourself. Of course, everyone is influenced, everybody has passions, you have role models. Of course, like some people will be obsessed with like Kofi, some others with Michael Bibi, some others, I mean, I have 1 million examples that we can give. Some people want to do hard techno, so you have to have an influence in the beginning. But realistically, take your time, and if you're doing your job and if you're doing your thing, one day it's gonna happen. And even from my part, like, okay, we can say that I'm an international DJ now, that we've done millions of streams, 100 shows per year, whatever you want, and we have a residency in Ibiza since 4 years. I'm still in that same situation, and we all are, because there's always gonna be someone bigger than you. You're gonna have some up, you're gonna have some downs, and at the end of the day, what matters is to be happy and healthy, because this can go very bad as well. So this is the most important.
Number one
I would say.
priority.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
I have one last question. You were talking about being yourself. So what would you say is your personal attribute that has taken you the furthest?
The personal attribute?
Like maybe it's your perseverance, or maybe it's your ability to dream big, or your work ethic.
I would say I'm in a very particular situation nowadays because of Bazaar and the brand and stuff, that we've always been super independent. So yeah, truly I got influenced. I did some stuff, but we did a lot of stuff all together with my team. We did a lot of like external people from the industry, which is quite crazy, and I'm very proud of that as well, because at the end we developed our own kind of thing, and staying myself was as well something that many people of outside were like, maybe you should do this, maybe you should change that. At the end of the day, I think I stayed myself, and that was the right decision. Some people are gonna like it, some people love it, some people hate it, and they will still hate it, but no matter what.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure having you and getting
too.
to know you a little bit more, Sasson.
Perfect. We can talk anytime when I come back in Mexico.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
And for everyone out there watching, stay and listen to Sasson's DJ set, which is hugely enjoyable and very danceable. So yeah, enjoy.
Thank you.